Welcome back, viewers, to another episode of Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic 4 with me, Bezlonir. Well, I just tried to beat this group and, man, it didn't go that well. I lost, had a little bit of a mishap. So I'm gonna change my strategy ever so slightly. I'm just gonna wait for the first turn with everybody, then we can get everything, hopefully, to the conditions that we want to see. So first thing I'm going to do is cast Celestial Armor. Then with this character I'm going to cast Song of Peace on these Efreet. I don't want to deal with them until later because of the way that they are. They do a heavy damage reflect, so it's not going to be advantageous for me to melee with them. So I'm going to wait here. Can these guys reach me? No, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait with this guy too. And I'm going to cast Regeneration on Lysander to hopefully free me up from having to heal him quite so much. Then I'm going to wait with this character and then Song of Peace this Efreet. They still managed to use the Efreet in a somewhat effective way despite the fact that they couldn't actually use it that turn. So this could, at this point, this could come down to whether or not they're able to block with some troops to keep Song of Peace from going off on the guys that I actually want to get Song of Peace. So I'm gonna wait here. And I'm gonna wait with this guy too. Gal. One of them's a gal, but I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? So yeah, they have managed to block me off, so I can't Song of Peace any of those guys. But what I really want to do is cast Retribution on Lysander. So that'll help. And then Song of Peace these guys for now. This is one of the tough things about this battle. Is there's just so many dangerous enemies. So I guess I'm going to move up here and try to take out these Medusae. I really prefer to deal with those other guys last. So I'm going to have to Bind Wound on Lysander so he doesn't die. Shouldn't be a problem in the coming rounds, but I think this person's out of... Oh no, okay, that just wasn't ready for another application yet. Alright. So we've just about eliminated the threat of these nightmares, which is good, because you can see how much damage they do. Quite a bit. Let's see here. I'm just going to Bind Wound on him again. I don't really need to, but I'd rather not take the risk, because Lysander obviously is the guy you can't have die. Alright. Eventually gonna run out of magic with that person, so one thing that would be advantageous is if I could get a little bit of range damage off on these guys. But that's not gonna work too well. So let's see. What does Holy Shout do? Oh, I don't know if these are death targets or not. Are they? They think they're chaos. Yeah, they're chaos. So that's not going to help. We don't have a ton of good spells. I guess I could throw up a chaos board. That might help a little bit. Should raise our defense against that a little. Alright. So I'm going to bring this guy back over here, bring all the enemies back into one central area. It was probably a bad idea to attack those other things too soon. I'm going to wait. I might need him for some magic. Still would be concerned about these things here. The Efreet, because they do a lot of damage. So I'm going to conserve Prothero's magic Honestly, I'm being overcautious, but, you know, I'm gonna start beating on this guy. I'm gonna do it at the end of the round, though. Well, actually, I should have done it there. That way, yeah, that would have been smart. Oh, well. So, let's see here. I don't think his regeneration is working anymore. So I'm gonna need to heal him. Let's see, I don't know what the number of rounds that it works for is. Bit of a risky move to do things that way, but oh. Alright, I'm gonna attack this guy. Hopefully it doesn't hurt me in the end. Okay. Well, at least we managed to do some good damage to him. Always a bit of a risk attacking the Minotaurs because they can often negate your attacks. Let's see here. Yeah, but at least I didn't get Lysander killed like I did last time, so... What are you gonna do? Alright, I'm just gonna do some arching. Hey, that works. Kill this thing. We don't need to do any more work against these guys because they're pretty much done. And Lysander is just not being very effective. I don't know why. Or was that even Lysander? No, it wasn't Lysander. Ooh, that might be why, because it's not Lysander today. Like, Lysander, your game is really off today. He's like, I'm not Lysander. I'm honestly a little at odds. I'm gonna take Grandmaster Combat though. Does that make her a rapper? I'm Grandmaster Combat. I wear a giant sword on a chain or something, I guess. Some whatever. Flavor text. Flavor text. It's like a ramen packet of words. Whatever. Dude, that's way much story for one map. It's way too much story for one map of one campaign. Like, yeah, that's the problem. It's just the way that they... If you design the map well, you don't need to have that much blah blah blah, right? You know? That's my feeling. I know that they did not have that much text in Heroes 3, and the story in Heroes 3 is pretty good, you know? And I think most people would agree on that front. So probably gonna want to just go ahead and Song of Peace these guys, because I think they can do instant death. And also, if I Song of Peace them, then they'll close with us. Make things a little easier for us. I should have done it first, but that's one of the issues here is the way the game works. Because sometimes they'll just still get a turn. It's kind of weird. So, I don't know. Alright, cool. The best thing to do is wait first and ensure that you'll get your stuff off. So I'm just gonna defend with them. I don't know why. God dang it. Why does it automatically go to... You know? It's pretty annoying. God. Because that makes it... It just increases the chance to, you know, make a mistake. What have you. Wow, those things do a lot of damage, huh? So, I guess I'll just heal. There we go. Got a lot of spell points back. Maybe, I think there's some... I don't know what they're called at the moment, because I've been playing other games too much, so... I want to say, like, talents or whatever, but whatever you get when you go up in level, I think there's some that... God dang it. That was a case where I actually wanted to shoot him. Is it... Okay, I would just like to step back in time and send a letter to the developers of this game and just let you know that most mice have 2 buttons, okay? So could you not have programmed it so right-clicking does, like, arching or something, and left-clicking, or even make it so, like, right-clicking does whatever this is, and then left-clicking either attacks or moves, depending on... Yeah, especially with the movement thing, because you really don't want to move when you don't want to move. I don't know, it feels like it wasn't that hard in Heroes 3 to keep from doing that, but there's a lot of frustrating things about this. Alright, I'll bite. I'll go over and get this thing. This is... I mean, it's good to boost your stats, but at the same time, it's really not worth wasting too much time on this whole deal. I mean, you want to get your hero strong, but... By the way, that item that I got before is something that you need in order to progress, so if you don't get it, then the game just trolled you, so sorry. You know, you're gonna have to backtrack at that point. So I can actually reach this guy. I'm just gonna go in and attack it. The satyrs are a little bit dangerous, but at this point, these are more like enemies that we would have been worried about last map, and at this juncture, we aren't really worried about them. So every fight I have to go back in and set it back to melee. Or if I want to do archery, then I have to choose archery then, you know. So this should be all downhill from here. Just like my life. Wait, what? Well, that's not a good thing. When they say it's all downhill from here, they're not, like, it's not something you want to be saying about your life. Unless you're talking about cereal, and you're like, I'm mostly done with this box of Life cereal. But then that's not a good thing either, because, I mean, we all know Life cereal is pretty good, especially Cinnamon Life. I think if you had a bowl of Life cereal, you would hope that it was Cinnamon Life, and if it turned out to be regular Life cereal, you'd be like, oh man, you know, you're disappointed. Now there's a good question, because, I mean, we've probably all noticed, like, in recent years that there's been, like, every kind of cereal now has 80 flavors. So why aren't there, like, a couple extra flavors of Life cereal, man? That could be kind of good, right? Especially because they seem to do a good job, but wouldn't, like, it well done, mind you, wouldn't Apple Cinnamon Life cereal be good? Or how about, like, I don't know. I want to say like a chocolate Life cereal, but not like the kind that leaves your entire cereal bowl like chocolate milk, but like a light flavor of chocolate. I don't know how that would be done, because most cereal companies just overdo the whole thing. But what am I doing? Apparently now my channel is about cereal critiques. Sounds like it. It's right at home on YouTube. Right at home. It's just... Yep. What can I say about that? Alright. A little disappointed with Christian's development. I feel like on my other playthrough, he came along a little faster. I'm going to wait with him. I'd rather let my enemies close in on me. But I'm going to take those down so that then I'll get over to my healer, or my casters. I don't know why I'm thinking of them as healers. I've been playing World of Warcraft too much, so... Thing is, like, most video games don't work the way the MMOs work. It's just one of the cool things about MMOs is that, the whole specialization, that, so, you know, everybody does a different role in the group, and they all work together to be more than the sum of their parts, which is what initially drew me to the experience of playing an MMO, which I really enjoy with a small group of people. But, I don't know, after a while it just does become another formula that's just as jaded and tired as the old magic user, fighter, thief, Dungeons and Dragons formula. And yeah, I figure you know what I'm talking about. But, like, that went on way too long. Like, game designers couldn't seem to think their way out of that one for years, like almost a decade. Every role-playing game was just filled with characters that were only... That's all the variety you got was magic user, fighter, or thief, and it's just kind of... I mean, like, it was cool for a while, I guess, right? But, I mean, it does get old. Because, you want some more variety. I really like games nowadays, like, I Let's Played Sacred 2 on my channel, and I would like to play that game more. It's just unfortunate that the graphics in a lot of areas make my eyes bleed, which is part of the issue that I have with the game. But I really love the way that all the different classes, whether they're magic or, you know, whatever, just play totally different, and it makes it a lot of fun. Alright, I don't think we can Song of Peace these guys, so that's the only thing I'd really be interested in doing. But I'll probably take, let's see. No, I wasted my chance to do Celestial Armor, so whatever. Melee. Just get in there. Over. Well, I'm not crazy about this because it's making me position myself in a way I really don't like, but I'll just roll with it, I guess. So there's going to be parts of this campaign where you are forced to go alone with Lysander. That's one reason why it's a pretty smart move to really try to buff Lysander up as much as possible. Because he's going to have to pretty much pull his own weight at some point. Whew, man, every time the game stutters, I think it's going to crash, and I have like a minor heart attack. I almost invented a word there. Sminer. Sminer. Sounds like a knockoff brand of vodka. Man, I'm just like swallowing my consonants today. Well, what are you gonna do? I'm afraid if I try to hit those white tigers, I'm probably gonna get some nasty letters from Siegfried and Roy, right? But yeah, I didn't think that might not work out well for me, so let's just not. Because I didn't want to move away from the elves. Are they wood elves or what kind of? Just regular elves now? Oh my god, they look haggard. They look like somebody like took one of those faces from Might and Magic 6 that were like not the best part of the game and didn't age well, and just said, hey, let's keep going in that uncanny valley direction and make it even more just awful and weird. Like it's like rendered with more depth but no texture. Okay. Like if you had an accurate model of a human face but you just put a skin on it with no texturing or other sophisticated 3D rendering techniques. Like, I love Might and Magic. I guess my opinion is not that popular, but I really love, as an experience of playing the game, and not nostalgia, I love Might and Magic 7 and 8 way more than 6, because the dungeons are so long in 6 that they just outstay their welcome for me. But the thing that really didn't age well in that game was the 2D sprites in a 3D world look. Really not that great. Not too awesome. I'm gonna take combat there. Oh, good. Magic resistance, that's good. Because I'm almost certain we're gonna have to fight Ogre Magi at some point. And it's not gonna go too well for us. So here's some extra XP, I guess. It's getting to the point that that's not that significant on account of, God, I've got some really ugly hiccups going. And I totally forgot what I was saying. So I don't really need to get into too much nonsense here. I'm just gonna cast Celestial Armor. Just because I can. It's the next fight. The next fight is I think it's... Honestly, I haven't pre-played to the absolute end of this map yet, but as far as I know, the next fight is the last difficult fight in here of any description, I guess, if that makes any kind of sense. Oh, okay, so it appears that tigers have first strike, I'm guessing. It doesn't not listed under there, I guess it was just simultaneous. Alright, so obviously those things aren't too much to be worried about. The wolves. The satyrs are going to come in and try to wreck shop a little bit, but whatever. I don't know why they're hanging back. Maybe they can't figure out the terrain either. That's what I would assume. So yeah, I would definitely say, like, Heroes... No, I mean, Might and Magic 6, 7, and 8, the graphics just didn't age well. I mean, that's hardly anything comparing to, you know, like, what do you figure, Might and Magic 9? Actually, I played Might and Magic 9 once, and I would play it again. I really enjoyed it. There's just there's a couple things. Obviously, the bugginess is really hard to get around. But the lack of fast travel is the big one in there that kind of mucks it up and makes it a little less fun than it might have otherwise been, you know? Alright, so here we go. After a while, you wind up having to walk back and forth so much that it's really not all that amusing. Alright, I don't need to do that. Hold on, I'm gonna switch back to ranged on this character. I'm gonna shoot that tiger in the butt. That's one mad tiger. God dang, man. Christian really does not have as good of defense as Lysander. Like, it's not even close. Huh. He almost died. I'm gonna have to wait with him, cast a nice little heal. Wow. I don't know, maybe I should split those crystals and stuff more between them. God, he is just getting taken to town. Not in a good way. Nobody's, like, buying him dinner. They're just bending him over a barrel, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to go forward with that without making it weird. I don't, like, want... You know, sometimes it's not good when figures of speech start getting literal. Alright. So there we go. Won that fight. Not to cliffhanger, but once again we are concluding a video at a fortuitous position for me, because this is indeed a difficult fight, and you see this portal to the underground right here, and this thing, and it looks like this is just optional, like, oh yeah, I can either get these crystals or I can move on, but you actually need this staff. It's another quest gate. Quest gate. First there was Watergate, then whatever. There's enough gates already. So I'm just gonna say this is Bezlonir signing out of another episode of Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic 4. So I'm gonna thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time, viewer.